it's Brian here from quantlabs.net. Boy, oh boy, I've been talking about this web workshop that I want to host for all my quantlabs.net premium members for how to build a trading system, how to build basically a trading operation or business that's fully automated or pretty close to it. Now, I need to go over the history of where things are with this membership and basically how the whole website quantlabs.net evolved. First, it's been in operation for very close to 3 years. Second, the membership itself is close to, again, 3 years. Now, what I was hoping to do with all the technologies and all the stuff that I put up, you could actually turn into actual course material and have like a step-by-step set of processes to help people accomplish some kind of trading system or set of trading goals. I mean, it goes way beyond that. I've also on the quantlabs.net Academy have pretty well 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 streams of ways to learn. But all in all, you can use all of them as one. The problem is that the different technologies will easily overwhelm that are kind of new to all this stuff. So let me give you an example. On the Academy, there is a MATLAB stream and R stream for our programming. Now, there is some overlap, but pretty well majority of it, there is no overlap. So each stream is very unique in itself. Now, for instance, in R, what I did was with R, as it's open source, it's free. I just went through a website called R Bloggers, and I went through virtually every single, at that time, every single potential R script that was out there for finance or financial uses. And I turned them into an actual course, but they're also part of the quantlabs.net premium membership as well. So it's a massive archive of material on this premium membership. I did the same thing with MATLAB, but with MATLAB I did it differently. With MATLAB I went through last fall, I believe it would be maybe a 2012B or 2013A version of all the toolboxes that are out there that would be specific and be helpful for trading uses. So I turned all those into courses. So those already exist on the quantlabs.net Academy, and I've tried to structure them in a way and organize them in a way that would be helpful for people. The other thing that I did is that, as I said, all these things that I have in algorithms and all this software source, I have in the QuantLabs premium membership. Now, again and again, I keep saying it for the last probably 2 or 3 months, I'm closing that down. There's going to be no more public access, and this is the reason why. I've got about 150, maybe 170, maybe even 200 people in there that are active and taking full advantage of that archive. I don't want more than, I don't need the world to know about this stuff. It's a trader's edge. Those that want to pay for it have access to it, and they can learn and take away stuff from it. There's no licensing or anything in there. So what they're paying is they're getting a lot of use out of it. So over the past little while, a lot of people understood what I went through to try to develop some kind of automated trading system using commercial software or open source software. At the end of the day, people keep coming back to me and saying the same thing. They want to develop their own platform. So that's what I did. I developed my own platform. I've got all these components, we'll call them, that enable that to happen from end to end. That's involving real-time analytics, data capture in real time, be able to run it against some kind of model or algorithm, and then build trading signals or forecast the market of some kind, have a response, and then spit out submission orders using interactive brokers. I'm just restricted here in Canada. So that's who I really only have that's affordable within Canada, that I have access to some kind of API for that. So that's why I use IB. So the original idea was to have some kind of workshop, be able to provide all these steps to get everything in place in an organized way with the Academy. And what I've been spending for the last 2 or 3 days on is all the material in this premium membership. I'm starting to realize there's way too much information in there to be able to actually structure anything on how to build a trading platform. There's just way too many things. I purposely took out all the algorithm and all that model stuff, put it in the academy, and I've separated all that. This workshop is purely technology only. There's no strategy development. If you want all that, go over to the quantlabs.net academy for that. That's what it's for. So what I'm going to be doing now with this workshop over the next probably 6 weeks is going to be very different, as opposed to, you come onto a webinar and you see me on a desktop, blah, 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 and do all this stuff, and there you go, you have a model, or you have a trading platform. That's not how I can envision how to do this, to take 3 years of archived material and put it into 6 weeks. I'm going to be honest with you, that is virtually impossible. And it's just no way that can happen. It's all archived in the membership. And what I was hoping to do is to create a whole course out of this. There's just no way that can be done. Because my business is now going into the next mode, call it strategy development, developing high-powered, hopefully highly profitable strategies for my business and for my my little network of people that want to be involved in these projects. That's going to be my focus. So that's going to take away a lot of my dedication for helping people online. I've been doing it for 3 years, and there's enough material out there where I put a lot out. 500 videos on YouTube, probably, from what I last saw, about 700 pages of free material on the blog, on the quantlabs.net blog, plus all the material in the premium memberships. There's a lot I've contributed. So this is going to be the last stab of all of this spiel that I've been doing, and I'm going to put it into one, hopefully condensed set of 6 weeks to help people out. That means what we're going to do is I'm dedicating one night over the next 6 weeks for various technologies and steps to help you get a trading platform. Now, before I get into that, this is really critical that people understand this. This is not a quick rich scheme. This is not push button technology. This is 3 years of research and archiving of material to help people automate trading systems using the best technology out there. It's very powerful. Some of it's very expensive, and most of all, it's not difficult to pick up. But I'll tell you this, is that the technology has been purposely picked up or presented because those are the easiest languages. And I've done that over the weekend by giving resources. And I'll say this one, and hopefully one last time. Head First series for C# is a good book for those that are really new to it. In terms of MATLAB itself as a research tool, that tool is powerful. If you don't even know how to program, you can, through its GUI clients, be able to develop all kinds of crazy things, even just for simple technical trading. And you push, and again, this is the only push button promise I can give you, is you push a button and it will generate code for you. And now what I've done is I've taken all that code, and you can pretty well easily implement into some form of a trading system that I have. But I'm going to keep saying this is not just something that you can do at the push of a button or download something and tomorrow you're an instant millionaire. For those that expect that, just watch it on Bloomberg. If you're expecting guaranteed results, guaranteed up all the time, you're in the wrong game. And if you're going to be sucked into buying a piece of technology that's going to promise you riches, you're going to get scammed. You're going to get scammed badly. And if you're going to fall for it, no offense, but you may deserve the failure. And especially when you got some guy driving a Lamborghini on your hard-earned money, I don't know. You might as well walk into a casino. I keep saying that. Go to a casino. Better odds than playing this game. So back to my story and what I'm offering is really critical that all these tools, all this technology is your best defense against down market. The idea of trading is to preserve what you have. Profit, yes. but preserve what you gain so you don't lose the next day. Set yourself a daily profit limit. Once you achieve that daily profit limit, get out. Don't let the greed set in where you're constantly losing. Okay? Just tips from my end. Okay, so let's talk about the next set of steps over the next 4 to 6 weeks. As I said, I'm gonna dedicate these on steps to building a fully automated trading system, but not only that, but a fully automated trading business. Okay, that means if you're working and schlepping away in a job, you can hopefully quit that job and do this full time. I know quite a number of people doing it, and the most profitable guy, and I keep saying this guy, is Mr. London Quant. He knows who he is, I know who he is, and I know his results. Now, there are a lot of people have been asking me on track record this, track record that. I'm going to be honest with you. For what I'm offering is very cheap. And again, there's no magical response on that. What I do is what I do. It's up to you if you want to buy into this. If you don't, that's up to you. But I'll tell you this. The people I deal with are easily 6, 7, and 8, and even one guy up to 9 digits. That's what's in my network of people. I didn't go to them. They came to me thanks to the site and all the information I put out. So that's my track record right now. So all the spiel, let's get that out of the way. Now let's talk about the 5 to 6 steps to get you started. First, real-time data analytics. This is not, downloading a file and playing with a model and developing a model. I'm going to show you the tactics that you can use so you can capture data and be able to analyze it and play. I got a bunch of tools that enable that, and you can download them very fast, up to 1 million, 2 million observations in one file for data capture. And you can use that exclusively for data testing, back testing as well. And that's going to save you a lot of money. And that's all provided by IQ Feed. I'm not distributing their data. I'm just going to show you how to use their tools and their data with this technology and these very affordable software programs to be able to develop and acquire your own data. Next up, probably the hardest thing out there is execution, trading execution. You can do it through Fix. You can do it through other APIs out there. For me, I use Interactive Brokers. Most of my members, most of the people that come to me are using and asking about Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers is global, India, China, throughout Europe and North America, obviously. So they're pretty global. Now, there's a variety of black box technologies that you can use from R, from MATLAB, and all that. I've got a library out there that is very affordable, but it can pretty well work with all of the libraries, and .NET, which my platform and my components are done in C#, that will show you how to build any type of order that Interactive supports or Interactive Brokers supports. That's including trailing stops, which a lot of brokers don't do. So I show you that how to generate all those steps using this tool. There's a tool in that library as well, which makes it very easy. And I'm actually compiling my own library with all the necessary steps and different types of orders and data acquisition and blah, 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 blah. And I forgot to mention in this whole thing, you're getting source code. You're getting source code for free. There's no black box technology here where you just program it up against the API and you don't know what it's doing behind the scenes. You're getting that. You're getting full source code. All right. So we've got our execution. We've got how to acquire the data. Now, there are a number of ways to develop algorithms. Again, I mentioned this before. Go over to the quantlabs.net Academy and you'll find a bunch of courses on there on how to develop strategies. So again, this workshop does not focus on that. It focuses on the technology, okay? So, there's R, but specifically I focus on MATLAB, okay? MATLAB is a very powerful tool for me. It's very powerful for those that are getting into this type of technology. There's 2 paths you can go. You can go you can go Simulink or you can go MATLAB itself. Now, right now, I've done a lot of analysis with MATLAB to develop all the algorithms. So I'm going to show a whole day around MATLAB and I've got some topics there we can cover. Plus, there's another day we can cover, and I'm only going to do this one last time. I've done enough webinars on this about Simulink and how you can generate and visually develop a trading model, a trading system, and being able to co-generate into C or C++ and implement it into a trading system that I've got, again, that will execute with interactive brokers. Very powerful, very, very, very powerful. And again, all the source codes included, okay? So this is what we can do. We can visually develop whatever kind of model or trading system we want, visually do it up in all these things called blocks, and then port it and co-generate it into C, C++. Here's the kicker. And I get a lot of people wanting to know about high-frequency trading, how to build high-frequency trading. High-frequency trading is a big boys game. You better have some big capital behind you. But I do have some people that are always interested in high-frequency trading. I don't know the history, but I know some of them are will easily be able to afford these type of operations. But the powerful thing about Simulink is that you can visually develop your model, okay, and you can push a button, and you need certain toolboxes for this. Be able to generate your C or C++ code, and you can make it very efficient, very tight. On the other hand, you can take that same model, the same visual representation of your trading model, your trading system, whatever, and you can co-generate into HDL. Now, HDL is a proprietary language that both the mainstream FPGA boards are using, Altera and Xilinx, which is using their own proprietary language, and you can now co-generate into those languages for those mainstream boards for FPGA. Now, any person that tells you what high-frequency trading is, you want the ultra lowest latency, FPGA is the way to go. So with the Simulink, that is your option, your best option. Again, that's a big boys game. You better have some capital to back that up. Okay, so we've got MATLAB, we've got Simulink covered. Now, here's a gotcha for you. A lot of people come back. I can't afford MATLAB. I can't afford Simulink. I can't afford any of these toolboxes. That's cool. As part of the membership, or part of a new membership that's going to evolve out of this, is I'm going to be providing components that are code generated from MATLAB. These are executables that you can deploy onto Windows. If there was enough demand, I could deploy them onto Java through Java archives, so that can be deployed onto Mac, OS X, or Linux, no problem. Beautiful, powerful thing about MATLAB, isn't it? And if I really need to, I can also co-generate in the C or C++. So you'll see a lot of that happening over through these new memberships that are going to evolve out of the premium membership. All right. So lastly, you're probably wondering, there's actually two things you're probably wondering. The one other thing, or two other things, there's KDB, which is basically a data archiving, they'll store and capture real-time ticks, and then be able to process them and do something with them. KDB, and there's other software tools like that, but they're very expensive. For instance, a universal license is going to cost you $1 million. So that's how expensive these tools are. MATLAB, and with that, and also SQL Server, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with that. With SQL Server, they have something called Stream Insights. So you can do things like big data, data mining, and complex event processing, otherwise known as CEP. So you can do that built on top of SQL Server. Okay, I played around with it. I've got some demos I can show. I can do that. Now, with that, I've gone in through the MySQL and all the NoSQL stuff. I still think to this day SQL Server is the best option because you get all the enterprise level tools that come with it, all the analytical stuff, all the reporting, all that fun stuff. Anything to do with any of the open source databases, you got to build this stuff, and it's not as slick as what you can get in SQL Server. Not only that, but the new SQL Server 2014 looks kind of exciting actually, because it has a facility where it has an in-memory database, and from the stats that I've seen on this thing, it's going to blow away Oracle. It's going to blow away even a lot of the NoSQL stuff out there. The nice thing about it is you don't have to write anything further. It's out of the box, ready to go. That's the advantage. That's why I'm using SQL Server. Lastly, the last topic we're going to cover is visualization and charting. There's three paths you can go. You can go with Excel. There's a really cool little API library that I know of with Excel you can play with. I'm going to play with that. If you're into the technical trading, this also includes a lot of technical trading functions that you can use for screeners, for portfolio management, as well as charting. I'm going to be playing with that once I get a license for it. Lastly, or no, second lastly, is MATLAB itself. Again, I mentioned this before where it can generate your own powerful charting packages. Now with the charting packages, you know, MATLAB is awesome, awesome charting. It blows the doors off of R. You can blow up things, you can zoom in panorama and all that cool stuff. Very, 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 very powerful. If you're into 3D graphics, even if you don't understand this, I always jokingly say, it looks pretty at Christmas time because you'll get a lot of red and green stuff. So you don't understand it, it's a good option to have just to show off to your friends what you're doing called trading. And the other thing is, not just alone with MATLAB, but again, I can build those independent components, charting components, that will be distributed for free in this new membership. So you don't need to have MATLAB, but it enables you to connect into this system that's being built and that is currently available, and these MATLAB components will be able to connect into them via database or however we're going to do it. And then the last one is the most powerful that I've been introduced to, thankfully, from Mr. The London Quan, something called Dev Express, which is a .NET graphics library. It's powerful. You could build very modern, very sexy interfaces with it, but the charting is very cool. It's very fast. And you can build mobile apps from it and all kinds of crazy stuff. So those are all the options that are available, and we can talk about them. So I've now spent 20 minutes on what we've gone on about, all the different steps. How are we going to proceed and present this, as I said, with all this information? Well, obviously, you got to be a premium membership to get access to this. This is the way my recouping of all the research and all the stuff that I've done over the last 3 years. On top of that, it's very affordable right now. So what I'm planning to do is all those steps that I've talked about, like the MATLAB day, the simulating day, the charting visualization day, backtesting and real-time capture data analytics day, and the execution day revolving around interactive brokers. It's 5 steps. Those are going to be 5 weeks. So what I'm planning to do is to put up a required reading. Now, you don't have to do this, but I would, if I were in your boat, take full advantage of this. And this is all part of my Quant Labs .NET Premium membership already. It's already up there. I'm just helping you organize and mapping it all out. But you go through each one of these postings that are available. There's a software sample code. There's a video code walkthrough, and you can explore further. So what we're going to do each day on these steps is what I want my members to do, and anyone else that joins over the next couple of weeks, a couple of days, even a couple of hours, minutes, I don't know, who knows. But what I want them to do is to go through each of, so let's say we're doing the data, the back testing or data acquisition day, right? So that'll be in 10 days from now. So you get quite a lot of lead time to go through stuff at your own leisure. In 48 hours, maybe a couple of days before that, I'll put out an email saying, okay, send over your questions and let's get them covered over those 3, 4, 5 hours, however long it takes, get all your questions answered. Why do I need a couple of days? Because I got to prepare for the answers. Remember, this is 3 years prior to all this stuff. So what's happening is this is going to be a live session that you guys can ask me specific questions to all this stuff. This is that is what this workshop's going to be about. It's going to be about you getting the results that you want based upon all the stuff I've already done and plan to use and get it implemented. But I want you guys to go, and gals, please don't take offense, but you know what I'm talking about. People take advantage of this stuff. Go through it, develop some questions, and we're going to make this a live Q&A situation. And you go through all those required readings. Again, I don't like the word required, but just go through that subset of stuff that I make available. And then you go through and you come away with some questions and maybe things you don't understand. So we'll spend a whole night, however long it takes, to get your stuff answered. And make a video out of it so others can watch it on demand. And all this stuff will become a massive course. And that course is not going to be cheap for those that want to wait. I don't know. Don't ask me how much because it'd be worth a lot of money, thousands upon thousands of dollars. That'll probably tell you that. I'm already charging probably top dollar just to get access to all my stuff on the quantlabs.net Academy. Now, the reason I'm charging that is because, hey, it's a lot of work put in, a lot of research, a lot of secretive stuff, and it's really targeted towards enterprise level operations as well as I have a lot of ultra high net worth people that are looking to diversify outside their business and looking for a new source of stable income using this type of technology. So that's who it's targeted towards. But I know there's little schmucks like I came from, and I'm still a schmuck, but I'm making it available very, very, very cheap over the next 6 weeks. Okay? And that's what I'm planning to do. I'm not going to go on about you should do this and make it into an infomercial. I've given all the information you need to know. I've given you all the information how we're going to proceed with it. And I'm going to leave it to you to decide on how you want to approach it. That's it. It took me 25 minutes to explain all this stuff. That's how extensive this is. I'm going to do a whole set of separate videos on each day over the next day or so. So you get a full understanding of what's out there. But this video is just to give you a general consensus, a backstory of where I'm coming from and where we're going. But I'll tell you this is going to be an only one-time series of videos and opportunities I'm going to give people because I'm going to be way too busy developing strategies, developing algorithms, and as well as managing a bunch of people to get to that level. And not only that, but probably managing the funding aspect of it as well. So I'll be a pretty busy person coming to the new year of 2014. Last 3 years, I put a lot of effort and research, put all this stuff together, the blog, the YouTube, and it's still going to be out there. But the private stuff, the premium, we're cutting that off very soon. I don't have the date yet, but once I do, everything's locked out. And I guarantee you, I'm going to get a bunch of guys like basically begging or crying, wanting to get access to it. Sorry. This is now's the time to get take advantage of it. That's it. So I'll leave it to you. And the ugly guy on this video is not going to close off the video. But you know what I'm saying. All right? So other than that, have a good day. Talk to you later.